Good morning. What I like to say is I am not our community spiritual leader, Reverend C.C. Coltrane. I am taller. Stephani Stewart, I'm one of our practitioners here and a senior year ministerial student. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living of Greater Dayton. If this is your first time here with us, please come back. I happen to think it's my personal energy that makes it kind of wild up here sometimes. So, no, really, thank you for sharing your morning with us. If you take a good look at your bulletin, you'll see that there's a tear-off strip. If you'd be willing to fill out that information, you get a midweek spiritual pick-me-up via email and a welcome letter and a thank you card from us. So, by way of brief description, Center for Spiritual Living offers church for people who don't do church. We're a spiritual community, and we're an opportunity to come together and learn without dogma, guilt, or judgment. We are part of what has been called New Thought, which is an American movement, for 200 years, and we have been here in Dayton for almost 75 years. So this morning, Lana Mayhew will be giving our reading and invocation. Our vigil holder is Judy Nossmacher. And Scott McKenzie and Georgia Lindsay will be doing our interfaith candle lighting, which reminds us of the many sources of wisdom and truth available to us from all the world's religions. Mark, you're off the hook for the kids today. Music or announcements? My outline is off. I'm sorry. Okay, let's do a few announcements here. I'm not wearing my name tag. I just realized I don't have my name tag on it. If you need a name tag, please make one and then drop it in the basket afterwards. If you do have one, please wear it. It lets us get to know one another. It also lets those of us in the office know if you haven't been here in a while. It's a way for us to keep track, and you know, if you're unwell and we don't know about it, we can give you a call and find out and see how you're doing. So please use your name tag and just drop it in the basket on the table after you leave. We have tickets left for 2 Cooking with God events. If I remember correctly, this is the largest, this is the highest goal we've ever set for Cooking with God, and that's $5,000. We are $560 away from that. Okay, so we are very, very close. We have 2 events. It's here in the in your bulletin. I lost it. Oh yes, Iran. There's a Cooking with God event about Iran that's hosted by our operations director, Clara Jackson. She traveled through Iran quite a bit and knows a lot about the area. And Laughter Yoga in the fall. And so those are our 2 remaining events right now. So please sign up, have a good time, get to know some folks, okay? Let's see, what else we got here? Today after service, our team leaders will hold the service smorgasbord in the social hall. We will be there to talk to you about the many places where you can get involved here in your spiritual community. I've seen cookies and candy and cupcakes go into the social hall, so don't miss out on those if nothing else. It's a way you can find a place to get a little more involved and get into service here in your spiritual community. We have several copies of the League of Women Voters Guide for you if you want to know more about the candidates and issues coming up. It covers Montgomery and Greene counties. Also, if you are available to drive on Election Day, please see me after service. I'm looking to get a couple of people together in case any of our congregants need a ride to the polls on Election Day. So if you are available, please talk to me after service about that. There is, as I'm sure you have seen, a big insert about a walk in Spain. This is something that Tom and Chris Cooper have put together, and it is Walking the Camino. So please give that a look. There's a lot of information. Claire did a lot of work on that. I was sitting across the office from her thinking, gosh, how many more questions can she ask? And she came up with more. So finally, our practitioners who are wearing the white or teal stoles, we are here to pray with you after service. Just ask any of us, and we are happy to find a quiet corner with you, find out what you need prayer for, and see the truth for you. This is our gift to you on Sunday. Please take advantage of that gift. Okay, so it's time for some more music.
It is. We light the first candle to honor Buddhism. Let us vow to open ourselves to the abundance of life. May we be grateful for all our days, here, there, and everywhere. let us vow to forgive all hurt caused by ourselves and others, and never to condone hurtful ways. We light the second candle to honor Hinduism. They who give have all things. They who withhold have nothing. We light the third candle to honor Christianity. I am come that they might have life, and they might have it more abundantly. We light the fourth candle to honor Native American religions. Looking behind, I am filled with gratitude. Looking forward, I am filled with vision. Looking upwards, I am filled with strength. Looking within, I discover peace. We light the fifth candle to honor Judaism. Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the wicked, but his delight is in the law of the Lord. And on this law he meditates day and night. He is like a tree planted by streams of water that yields its fruit in its season, and its leaf does not wither. In all he does, he prospers. We light the sixth candle to honor Taoism. Open the doors of abundance, have plenty flow about me and fill me. Let my abundance be great. Make it flow to me with ease and beauty. We light the seventh and final candle to honor Maori spirituality. May clarity be yours. May understanding be yours. Through reflection, through personal endeavor, through respect, the virtues which bind us together as one, may we be filled with well-being.
So our reading today is by Ernest Holmes, Getting and Giving Up. If we have given out but little and received only an equal amount, we can begin to give out more. And just as surely as we do this, more will return to us. The giving and receiving are at the center of our own being. The going out from us is but one end of the coming back to us, and the coming back to us is merely the other end of the going out from us. So if you can just take these words into that center for a few minutes of contemplation. So how good it is to know that God is right here, right in the center of our whole entire being, knowing that we are part of this divinity. And what we are giving out is from that overflow, from that place of the center within our own being that holds the divine in every single one of us. That we are open to that power and presence and love and light that is everywhere. And so I give such thanks for this, knowing that that same energy of God is in divine order of this service with our band, with Stephani Stewart doing the message today, and every single person here. Absolute peace and love and blessing. And I give such thanks for this. Thank you, and so it is. Amen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I missed the bonfire last night.
There was no bonfire.
There was no, but there was a party last night. Yeah. So I missed the party last night, and I'm pretty bummed about it, quite frankly. But if we're going to be honest about it, this is only like the 10th year in a row I've missed it. Now, I used to not come to things aside from Sunday service or a class because I lived 45 minutes away. Well, now I live a mile away. I was so excited when we moved down here because I thought, oh man, I'm going to get to do all kinds of stuff. I'm going to go to the meditation Sangha every week. I'm going to go to all the events. Yeah. I still haven't made the kayak trip. I still haven't been to a meditation Sangha. I missed holiday decorating last year. I missed the party. I missed game night. So why? School, of course. I've got classwork. I've got schoolwork. These are legitimate reasons, you know, distance and school and things like that. They're legitimate excuses. But I also see very clearly that they're buffers. Armor, even. It's a way to keep relationships at arm's length. It's a way to keep the fires of transformation held down just a little bit. Because nothing at all happens here if not transformation. Nothing happens here at all if not the changing of our lives. A few nights ago, I had the privilege of being on a video conference call with a woman who was the former leader of our entire organization, Dr. Kathy Hearn, as well as the current leader of Centers for Spiritual Living, Dr. Ken Gordon. And the question of retention came up to Dr. Ken. Now, what do I mean by retention? New Thought centers and churches, and by New Thought, I'm talking about Centers for Spiritual Living, Unity, and Divine Science churches. We fall under this sort of philosophical umbrella known as New Thought. We're well known for having a revolving door. I think it's no small irony that our sanctuary has 2 doors. You come in, you find out transformation is pretty hot and kind of scary, and you go right out that other door. I've done it. I've done it twice here. Prior to practitioner training, I've left on at least 2 occasions and been gone for months at a time. Nope, too hard, not doing that, bye-bye. Dr. Ken pointed out that Centers for Spiritual Living doesn't have the traditional things that, that other churches have that keep people there. We don't have sin. We don't have finger wagging to get you toward a better afterlife. All we have is transformation. All we have are spiritual tools to change your life now. To get you on the road to living your best life now, right now. And we have one another. Ooh, what's she talking about, one another? I don't know about that person over there. Where's she taking us? Where are we going? Why are we in this handbasket? This place is a gift. This place, Centers for Spiritual Living, and all of us in it, is gift. You might find a different philosophy somewhere else. You might find a place that doesn't demand as much of you. You can find lots of places to tell you what to think and how to live. But you won't have one another. What are you talking about, Steph? I thought today was about getting and giving. Aren't you going to teach me how to get stuff? Fine, I'll tell you exactly how to get stuff. Give. Let's start small.
Oh.
And is this not the cutest hat you have ever seen in your life? Kim and I have a friend in Newfoundland. I always want to say Nova Scotia. It's in Canada. They're both at the edge of the earth. It's my ugly American coming out. No, she's in Newfoundland, right? And she's an incredibly, incredibly busy woman. She has her own business. And in fact, this week, along with 8 other people, she became a newly minted Center for Spiritual Living minister. So congratulations to Reverend Sonia. But she travels literally all over the world with her business. And one day on Facebook, she posted this picture of some of the things that she just takes into a local business. And there were a couple of bags and a roll of paper and all this stuff. And I was like, geez, what a mess, what a burden. You know, to do such good work and have to drag all this stuff around. I said, you need a bag. You need a bag like what flight attendants have. She said, yeah, I know. I've kind of looked at that stuff. And she said, I really haven't found one that I've liked. And Kim says, well, I've got one. I've got one from a previous job, and I don't use it anymore. And so she pulls it out of the closet and takes a picture of it. And our friend goes wild over it. She's like, oh, God, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Can I buy it off of you? Kim says, no. We'll just send it to you. So our friend said yes. She said yes. So we did. We sent it to her. And then not long after that, I saw a post of a bunch of pictures like of this hat. Now I am a hat junkie. This little number becomes number 5 in my winter rotation alone. I got rid of my wool cowboy hat from last year, so I had to get another one, so this is it. Right? So I saw this picture of these hats, and I had to know everything about them. I had to know everything right now. So our friend's mother knits these, and she usually creates them for people that are living with cancer and for the homeless. And I said, I want one for Kim and I want one for myself. I want 2. Tell me how much. I even sent her this gift. It's a cartoon character holding a wad of cash saying, just take my money! And she says, nope, Mom has seen the bag that you gave me. She wants you to pick 2 out, pick 1 out each, and I'll send them to you. So I had a decision to make at that point. I could have been stubborn. I mean, I've got a return address, right? I could have sent her money, I could have sent her a gift card, anything. But here's the thing. Life works in a circle. The energy of the universe, the flow of the energy of the universe is an exchange. I gave. And it opened up space for me to receive. If I didn't allow our friend's mother to give in return, if I wasn't receptive, then I was robbing her of her ability to open up and receive. I would have stopped the flow right then, right there, with, of all things, my pride. So I was able to receive a cute hat and have a connection with a lady that I haven't had the opportunity to meet yet. But she loves. And that's a great person to be connected with. She loves the sick. She loves the homeless. She loves her daughter. I feel lucky. I feel like I got the better end of that deal. So giving is the first part of the equation, but allowing, receptivity, that's the second part of the equation. And that's the part that a lot of us want to leave out. Let me give you another example, something materially larger, okay? In the late spring, I became aware one week that we might not need payroll. And so I stood up here that Sunday, and I told all of you how much this place meant to me. Everything that it had given to me. And I put my guest speaker's check in the offering basket, saying it wasn't even a drop in the bucket of what I have received from CSL Greater Dayton. And I told you that I was going to use that check to take my mom to a special concert for her 70th birthday. And I didn't know how that was going to happen now, but I knew it would happen. I said, I am not afraid. And I fibbed a little. I wasn't afraid. I was nervous. But I knew it would happen. The not knowing how is what made me a little bit squirrely. But I never could have predicted what giving that would get me. Directly after that service, I had 2 people walk up to me and just hand me cash out of their pocket. Now I could have said, oh gosh, that's so nice. But you know, that's a couple of coffees this week. That's lunch for you. No, really, I'll figure it out. I could have stopped the flow right there. To give but to not accept is to stop the flow for both the giver and the receiver. So instead I said thank you. I gave them a hug, put that cash in my pocket, and I went home and I put it in an envelope labeled Mom. I have no idea what they received in return for their giving. But I do know that if they were willing, what they got back was even bigger. I had someone offer to write me a check for the tickets. I received a gift card in the mail. I walked into the office one morning to find an envelope on my desk full of cash from people calling themselves the Prosperity Angels. And ultimately, someone walked into the office and handed me an envelope. And inside there were 2 tickets for the 3rd row. I gave $150 on faith. I gave $150 because I understood the circle of giving and getting. I gave $150 because I know God is more than enough. And there's the rub, isn't it? We grasp, we clutch, we hide, we fight because God isn't enough. That which is the innumerable stars and is the uncountable blades of grass is not enough to sustain us. It cannot possibly be enough to sustain us, can it? Can it? There is no place God is not present except in my bank account. I gave $150. And in return, my mother didn't get lawn seats. She got a new outfit and dinner and Alison Krauss from the 3rd row. And she got an incredible night of joy. And we both got an amazing number of memories. And she got a story to tell all her friends to make them just a little jealous. And I'll tell you, my mom's heart got broken open just a little. And I got all of you in a slightly different light. I got my eyes open to what giving and getting could be like in a group of people that truly care deeply for one another. I understood another layer of the safety and transformation possible in spiritual community. The safety and transformation possible right here. Uh-oh. We're back in the handbasket, aren't we? This is where we get the gift of one another as a spiritual community. But to get the gift in its entirety, to get the gift at its fullest and greatest power, we have to give. Ernest Holmes said, "To refuse to give is to refuse to live life to the fullest extent." To refuse to give is to refuse to live life to the fullest extent. To refuse to give is to refuse to live life to the fullest extent. Now you may be sitting there thinking, yeah, I want to live life to the fullest extent, let's go! You start giving regularly, you take some classes, you get involved in a team or a committee, and there it is, life coming at you just as fast as it can. And you say, ooh, hang on. Maybe I just need half extent. Decaf extent. Steph's right, there's 2 doors to the sanctuary. Maybe I'll check that second one out. We will catch you when you stumble. We catch one another when we stumble. If we are willing, that is the gift we can receive when we give to this place and one another. When I was thinking this week about giving and getting, I thought, what do I really want to talk about? What's important here to me? And it's this. I want to bring foremost into our minds that CSL Greater Dayton is a gift we can give to each of ourselves. It can be as big or as little as we're comfortable with, but at its best, it's when we think it's a whole lot bigger than we can ever stand. We can't go out and get a safe cauldron for transformation like what we can get here. We can't go out and get the spiritual tools for living our best life like we can here. We can't get one another anywhere else but here. This place and being in it together, it expands us. It makes room for us to receive more. How? There's two ways. First, we have to be involved. To receive the fullness of a gift, we must give the fullness of our gifts. How we use our gifts is a measure of our receptivity. So ask yourself right now, how receptive am I? Take a good look at me. I miss most of the events. I haven't taught a class in 2 years. Haven't taken a workshop in at least that long. Haven't offered a workshop. All of this stuff. All these opportunities to be here, to be together. And still, I am so utterly transformed from who I was when I wandered in here 10 years ago. I'm not just talking a new career. I'm talking a life that I want. Well, who would I be? How would I be if I was giving the fullness of my gifts here? What about this? What if being here with all of you is helping me find the fullness of my gifts? We become involved. So what's the second way? Notice. Pay attention to the good that's already been received. When we honor the gift, we honor the giver. And in turn, we honor the one that gives everything. So what's good? We have a beautiful, clean sanctuary, right? The woman that cleans this place is named Sarah. She comes in on Thursdays. She cleans the entire building. Thank you, God, for Sarah. When you get greeted at the door, or there's someone at the Welcome Center, or when you go into the service smorgasbord today, that's all arranged by one person. She's sitting right here. That's Kathy Rice. Thank you, God, for Kathy. Do you like those parties? The bonfires? The hikes? That's Kelly O'Keefe. Those hikes, that's Gary Victor. Thank you, God, for Kelly. Thank you, God, for Gary. Do you like that the grounds look nice? Some days that's one person. That's Teresa Nappy. Thank you, God, for Teresa. I'm looking out here and I'm seeing a lot of you that I could just say thank you, God, for you. I want you to stop and think for a second. There was someone here very early on when you first came in. There was someone, maybe it was a couple someones, who made you think, you know, this might be okay. I might be okay here. Now, they might not be here anymore. That person might have found the second door. You might not remember their name. You might not know their name. You might not still know their name. For Kim and I, it was a bunch of you. We've been here 2 or 3 times. And there was a picnic. There was a picnic being held at Delco Park. And so we went, well, we'll go. We'll see what these people are really like outside of this building and, you know, not very near to the minister. Let's find out what we're getting ourselves into here. So as we walk up, I pick on Carol Jackson, like Carol Jackson's one of my people, though. As Kim and I are walking up, Carol Jackson, she's got this huge, floppy, just ultra stylish hat on, and she goes, "Hi, girls!" And everybody else goes, "Oh, hi!" And we had a great time. We had a great time. We were there like 3 or 4 hours, I don't know. And as we left, everybody said, "Bye, girls!" And we became the girls. And we got in the car and we looked at one another and we said, maybe we're home. Thank you, God, for each and every one of you that was there. For each and every one of you that's here now. Someone said to me once, if you don't know what to pray, just say thank you. When we notice the good that we already have, and take a good look around right now and bring it up in your mind. There's a lot of good in this room right now. When we notice the good we already have, it expands our awareness. It makes us bigger. It gives us more room to receive. And all year now, I've said, you'll always hear three things from me. You'll always hear three callings from me, right? I call us to ourselves, I call us to one another, and I call us to the world. When we get involved and give of the fullness that we are, and when we notice the good we already have, we make room inside of ourselves. By giving to one another and creating this safe space for transformation here together, we make room for others to step in and begin to know the fullness of themselves. And when we learn to make room in ourselves and for others here within our walls, we can then walk outside of our walls and do it in the world and make room for everyone, no matter how different. And that makes the world a better place. We have to give of ourselves to get to God. Will you pray with me now? So I just center myself in this place, this beautiful, heartfelt, loving, safe, transforming place, Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Dayton, and all of us within it, knowing that this is God too, in each of us, as each of us. It is the one. It is the ultimate giver. And so what I know now for us, what I claim for us, is an open heart, an absolute clarity. I know that we see clearly, we can give and be safe and get so much more. That we can be together and expand together and grow together and be together one with God. And that it causes us to become a beacon of hope that is so needed right now. That as we become more and more involved here in this center with one another, with our own spiritual practices, that we get so much more than we can even imagine. It isn't magic. It's life. It's God. It's us. Right now. And my heart is full. My heart is so full with gratitude for everyone here, for everything that we each give, for everything that we each are, for everything that we are each able to receive, knowing that it is God in action, and it moves us to be God in greater action. So I simply let this go. I let it be, knowing it's heard, knowing it's in motion, knowing it's done in the heart and in the mind of God. And anchor this with me. And so it is.
I'm just a thread, a simple thread in this glorious web of life.
We are all
ecstasy, a blessed scene with eternity unfolding in me. And I pray that as I grow, I will reveal the love that illuminates my soul. When I remember where I come from, when I remember where we're going to, then I will see that you're a reflection of me, as much as I'm a reflection of you. This is my simple prayer. May I become a reflection of the infinite one. This is my simple prayer. May I become a reflection of the infinite one. This is my simple prayer. May I become a reflection of the infinite one. This is my simple prayer. May I become a reflection of the infinite one.
So here we are at our first chance. Our first chance to give. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I'm not going to do the offering affirmation that we usually do. I'm going to read something to you. It's from a book called Wild Comfort, The Solace of Nature by Kathleen Dean Moore. So please take your offering into your hand or into your heart and take these words into your consciousness and let them work on you this week. The earth offers gift after gift, life and the living of it, light and the return of it, the growing things, the roaring things, fire and nightmares, falling water and the wisdom of friends, forgiveness. My God, the gift of forgiveness, time and the scouring tides. How does one accept gifts as great as these and hold them in mind? Failing to notice a gift dishonors it and deflects the love of the giver. That's what's wrong with living a careless life. Storing up sorrow, waking up regretful, walking unaware. But to turn to the gift in your hand, to say, this is wonderful and beautiful. This is a great gift. This honors the gift and the giver of it. Notice the gift. Be astonished at it. Be glad for it. Care about it. Keep it in mind. This is the greatest gift a person can give in return. I see the gift of each of you, and I honor it. And so it is. You know what, another one of my people is standing right here. Went to that picnic and Becky used some language. I said, I'm home! Honey, if you need to find a Baptist church, you go ahead, but I'm home. Probably bad words.
You should have seen it from my point of view.
Okay, so we've got another opportunity now. We've got our second chance. And it's happening right back here in the service, or in the social hall rather, sorry. It's the service smorgasbord. Okay. Just walk back there, get yourself a cupcake, some cookies, and find a different way to be involved. The service smorgasbord. We've got all kinds of different ways to be involved. Give yourself that chance. Give yourself that place to become a little more open. All right, plenty of opportunities. Go back there, have a look right after service, okay? So thank you to everybody who made this morning's service possible. Our ushers and greeters, Carol and Ann. The practitioners, Judy, Lana, Becky, Jerry, Marge. Okay, did I get everybody? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Welcome team. Mark Fowler, I'm just going to point you out. Thank you. The Higher Mind Band. And all of you. And all of you. So if you'll please stand for our closing affirmation and our closing song, which I don't know what it is. We are one. Okay. Thank you.
I am you, you are me.
We are one.
We are one.
Gotcha. Please affirm with me. I give the gift that I am.
I give the gift that I am.
I receive the gifts that are offered to me.
I receive the gifts that are offered to me.
I know the gift that is my life
I know the gift that is my life.
grows as I give.
Grows as I give.
And so it is. Thanks, everybody.